Hello everyone, welcome back to Solasta Crown of the Magister. We are here with this giant monkey and ape ambush. And apparently we still have the glitch that if we die, we completely crash out and we can't do anything. So we have this new difficulty and complexity in our gameplay. But we're going to go again. Let's cast Bless on the party. So we'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then Jaina is going to cast... We can afford to cast Haste on Gulruk, and then I think we will use our 4th level spell slots for some fireballs. So that's Haste on Gulruk. Do you want to do anything particular now? You want to equip a crossbow, at the very least. Get that back going correctly. The problem, we're not wielding our mace currently because we have issues with spell casting, because that goes in that slot and that goes in that slot. And what I really need is like a spell casting cape, but we'll pick that up next time we're out and about. So... with this, we can cast... What can we cast? Probably... a contagion over there. An insect plague would be damn good, wouldn't it? 4d10 piercing damage. This is 4d6 radiant, 4d6 that. Either of those would be pretty good. And it's probably going to be better than a suck or save hold monster or something. And if we can surprise them, 2 rounds of this is going to be really good. So, those two are doing their casting. We will unpause. We're going to get to about here. Then insect plague right there. They are not surprised, unfortunately. But I guess it's incredibly good because they don't get to ever make a save on those. It's just 27 damage, which is a really good time. And we're going to move back. We remained hidden, even though I guess this was... These guys all succeeded on some kind of perception check, which is confusing. But if we're all hidden, I don't know if they'll necessarily move to find us, but they may well move to get out of the area of damage. But with these all having 11 HP remaining, I'm hoping that a 4th level fireball in just the right spot like that dead, nearly dead, and then just the big guy to really concern ourselves with. Right, Unsent. I'm gonna guess this guy, yeah, has full cover behind this guy, although that's probably the wall actually from where we're stood. If we swing over here, I would try and attack the guy at the back if I could. They seem to have half cover at the moment. Oh, balls. Alright, let's cunning action dash. And we'll put ourselves like... somewhere out of the way, but not here because we might get trapped in. Although we could get trapped in here technically, but it seems less likely in the next round. They didn't do anything because they can't see any of us yet. And they took piercing damage. So I wonder if we're going to be better off just passing until they just die in the cloud, honestly. I'm going to push up here just to be next to Jaina. If I stand there, and we'll just hold an attack action. Alright, this one is going to try and get out of the crowd, and we have been seen. That's fine. So, what are we doing now? I think a 4th level spiritual weapon is going to give us an extra round of attacking every turn against the big guy. And we can start with some of this. Alright. It's now just a 4v1 versus the giant guy. We come back to here. We're still an unseen attacker. Our cantrip only procs a saving throw, but every little helps, right? Target is out of range, fair enough. Then let's go with this. If we can hit, we can't. I was considering using our power that has a chance of forcing them to be stuck where they are. But that's not going to work out for us right now. Dominate person Mind Twist causes massive psychic damage to hostile creatures and incapacitates them if they fail an intelligence saving throw. If they're not very intelligent, there is a chance we could incapacitate them while in the cloud of insects. So, there's a Mind Twist. It used legendary resistance to outcome success. I have no idea how many legendary resistances it's going to have, but now Jaina is going to get bonked pretty soon, I'm sure. Right. Unsen can come join the party. Still hidden, so sneak attack is on the cards. We have 4 of these bolts. If we poison our weapon, it's a whole turn. Blinded, paralyzed, dark stab. I'll hold off on that for a second. Let's just go with an attack. Resistant to piercing damage because it wasn't a magical weapon. Right, its first turn, it gets out of the cloud, misses Jaina on a 17, and does nothing else, which is kind of incredible. So with our 3 attacks now, we're definitely going to get in. This is 2d6 plus 8 damage. This is not. What are you? 1d8 plus 1 damage, but our AC would go up to 25, is that right? 19 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1. Yeah, our AC would go up to 25 if we got our shield out. So let's hit them 3 times with this. Because the problem is right now, they make a plus 13 on their strength check against a DC 13. So our maul here can never stun them. What we can do, now that I've remembered, is try a Weight of Justice to try and get them stuck where they are. Weight of Justice did not work. They are menaced against Unsen, but otherwise nothing specific going on. Bjorn is going to take a bonus action attack with Spiritual Weapon. $17 damage is massive off of 2d8 plus 6. And then we're still hidden, so our next attack will have advantage. So with that in mind, I think a 4th level Guiding Bolt. Please hit. We have advantage. That'll do. Another 29 damage. We're now seen. Jaina is up. What do we want to do? We're concentrating on haste. We could fireball on a high level. We could conjure an elemental, though I don't think that's going to help us terribly. We're concentrating on haste already. But I think it is just going to be like big fireballs that just hit them and no one else. 17 fire damage plus 4 extra from the aura. Unsent is up. I think it's time for Magic Sword because they have resistance to our piercing. Let's come around this side just to have a bit of a space between us all. Although we should have been closer to Golrick to do the extra 4 damage, I now realise. They are going after Jaina. They're going to miss again on a punch. They're going to hit on that slam. Jaina succeeds on some kind of concentration check to not be stunned, which is incredibly good news. Right, if we could finish this sooner rather than later, I'd be really happy. I'm just going to smite now to get the damage in case we miss twice more. We still hit on a 17. That's good to know. Back to the top. We're going to hit with our spiritual weapon. Just watching all of the damage numbers fly off of this guy. And then, what do we want to cast? I think we'll go for a 3rd level guiding bolt here. They are stunned somehow. I don't know how we've done that. Unknown creature rolls a strength save against Maul of the Destroyer, rolls a 1 plus 10. A 6 plus 1 for none. Interesting. I'm not sure how we've done that, but that's surely going to be the difference maker for us. Let's just go with a at advantage shocking grasp. Or a blight. Is a blight. Then Unsent is up. We have advantage. And there's a great big crit. So, what was last time an incredibly difficult fight, this time we've just breezed through. Let's get rid of that cloud of danger. See if there's any extra mysteries or gubbins for us to collect here. There's the giant ape head that we know we wanted for a quest that has since been cancelled, but I don't know if somebody else will take it off of our hands or if we could maybe trade it off to a third party. And a bunch of gorilla pelts. We shan't leave them behind. Golrick is lethargic. Bless is over. And I think that is everything in this place, apart from this locked door that I don't understand because we Misty stepped onto the other side of the bars and nothing happened. But all of the other entrances, locations, and whatnot are resolved. So I think we're just going to race back to the ruin entrance, or we could come back for another long rest first, perhaps. Alright, the lethargy is over. Quick long rest for the party after all of that spell casting. And some healing back, of course. I don't think we need to attune to anything different, do we? What was this? Ring of Dark Vision, no. Boots of Springing and Striding, I don't think we need. You're fine. Being our stealthy person. These are all good. And this is all good. Alright. Let's get back out to that main entrance. Then, fortunately, there is a trader that deals with... Oh, we've teleported to the main entrance. Now we have to go through the blue to get out. There's a member of the Forge in this geographical location, so we can just go and sell off a bunch of the stuff that we've gathered just now. assuming that we haven't unleashed some kind of terribleness out here, I don't think we need to go and collect all of the plants. It seems that the forge will do that for us every time we come and go from any particular place. So, if you could please take a bunch of this stuff off my hands. We did find 10,000 gold back there, so if there's anything we want to buy, we now certainly have the means to do it. Otherwise, I think we cast Detect Magic already with all of the stuff that we've gained recently. So there's another 500 in gear. And of course, because we have so much in weight carrying capacity now, we don't need to worry so much about just holding on to a bunch of the other random stuff we have. And then, unless there's any, like, spell scrolls that we want, which would not be a bad shout, because we're going to have trouble... Oh, we want a cape of spellcasting, if they have one. Spellcasting focus cape. Not seeing them. It's more of a magic place dealio, isn't it? Armor, magic devices. Component pouch, braces of defense. No, these are not the things I need, unfortunately. So, otherwise, I don't think there's anything else that we want immediately here. Alright, they didn't have any scrolls either, did they? The wrong kind of store for that, isn't it? So, let's get out of this location. What place do we want to go now? We need to report to Rose about the raid we did, so let's go and do that, since we are slowly running thin on different quests. So I'm just going to keep persisting on... Excuse me? I didn't want Old Ruins. I wanted Exit to Valley. That'll do. Yeah, quests are getting thinner and thinner, so let's just go and report the ones that we have completed, see if that takes any quest lines deeper. Travel slow, because I prefer not being ambushed by terrible things. A giant lord, a hill giant, 5 goblin skirmishers, and 4 ogres. Combat is inevitable. Well, boy, am I glad I long rested before we left that cave, huh? This sounds like a nightmare. Trolls? Is it trolls? They might regenerate with not taking fire damage. Where is the giant? Troll? Is it right at the end? Skirmisher, skirmisher, skirmisher. Unknown creature, unknown creature, unknown creature. I can't identify in this order which one is the different one. Which is only slightly concerning, you know? It'd be funny if you could get to the blue, you could just run away from these fights, and I didn't know that. But for right now, what are we going to do? I swear there's supposed to be a giant that I'm not seeing here. I'm very confused. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, in any case, we need to have this fight. This is a terrible place to be for a melee character. Hopefully we can do a decent amount of work with our spellcaster, although a lot of them are going to move first from this very tightly knit pack they have here. So, let's just start with what we've got. We could haste ourselves and then run over and start destroying stuff. I think just starting light.
Messiah, Evo, Malmis.
How much is 15 damage on one of those? Not heaps. We're going to pull back to give the goblins no shot at ranged attacks. Unsent. Can we cunning action hide where we are? We cannot. Where could we cunning action hide from? Yeah, perhaps? Yes. At that moment we were all in a blue rectangle, but it did nothing for us. We are going to sneak attack. We'll keep attacking. Actually, we're going to have advantage anyway on a different creature. Except then none of them are in line of sight. And they're then too far away. So we'll do a regular attack here. Alright, they're about half dead already. And we'll push back behind this cover as well. Now these guys are not surprised, which is in part a problem for us. If I could just take out all the goblins with like one single immense fireball, I would be really happy. Right, we cannot come further backwards, which is interesting because it might mean we can do something like put an insect swarm right here and they won't be able to come back towards us. Also, perhaps now is an incredible opportunity for a mind twist, because I bet these guys are not very smart. Alright, 3 incapacitated foes. Incredible. Cannot take action, cannot take reaction, cannot take bonus action, speed to 0, duration 1 round. How does that spell actually state how long this is going to last? Mind Twist. Causes massive psychic damage to hostile creatures around you and incapacitates them if they fail intelligence saving throw. Unable to take reactions, save for half, becomes incapacitated, unable to take reactions, saving throw, duration just 1 round. So we get 1 free round on these guys now. So I'm going to push back. They don't get to take reactions. Here come cavalry, except they have limited movement speed and limited space to funnel into this narrow gap, which is really good for us. I don't expect any spellcasting here, so I will use my reaction to impose disadvantage. Right, now we have our chance. So, Insect Plague, right, I can't see behind this rock, so we'll take 1 step out, cast spell, Insect Plague, and what I would like to do is leave just enough space that we can still hit them with melee attacks from that front line. We're also going to get some of the goblins at the back there.
A good kill, as they say.
Super. Jaina has not got mage armor on at the moment because of the nature of the fight. Shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's stand here. Now, I was just thinking again about the prospect of casting haste on ourselves, but if we do that, that's our action, then we'd only have 1 attack, and we'd probably be better just getting licks in now.
I trained hard for this.
Yeah, we did. Alright, that one's dead. We will end our turn there. Unsent is not going to be able to hide. And we definitely don't want to get up in the big cloud of insects. So how about a scorching ray?
Arcana Evo. You like it?
Not bad, not bad. Incapacitated, incapacitated. Taking extra piercing damage. Right, I think then a 4th level fireball is going to do good work. If I could get that goblin at the back, I can. I can get 2 goblins. I can't get all of them. But hey, 1 goblin is like the least of my problems, right?
Arcana Evo.
Keep them coming.
That guy's going to die to the insects almost certainly, I think. That is bad luck on their part. And they die because we managed to make it so they couldn't move out of that space. There's some disadvantage for us. And Bjorn is up. You're going to die soon. I think just more guiding bolts will be fine.
Misaye Evo Mountains. I needed that.
Good. Golruk. Why don't we have our own guiding bolt at advantage against the one with slightly more health?
Malmis. Again, harder.
And Unsen. I don't really want to use a decent bolt on this attack, so we'll just get our shield out and ready. We'll put that. We'll stand here and ready a melee attack. Yeah, that worked. That was a crit and all. Unsen performs a sneak attack for 10d6 damage. Lovely. I think we can stand here safely. We can. Can we magic missile over there? We cannot see that target. Alright, we're going to have to wait for... them to come in line of view, or we can simply stop concentrating in a moment as Bjorn. So let's drop concentration on that horrible cloud. And I'm really not worried about just using any and all of my spells. This.
Evo Mountains. More coming your way.
Can't believe we didn't kill them in one. And again, we can just use spells for this. We've got spells to spare. We get advantage from the previous guiding bolt.
Death claims you.
Simple stuff. I will take my extra... There's only 500 XP for that whole fight. And it's probably just like a bunch of bolts and arrows and stuff. Nice that we get to reuse that, or at least have the chance to reuse that. I think in regular tabletop, there's something like you recover 1/4 of all the arrows you fire or something. Is there anything else to do in these parts? Probably not. We don't even need to take a short rest, I would say. So we just need to get back on the road. I'm wondering if it might be time to think about going off to the weird, strange complex where the giants are, because we are we're getting up there with being able to deal with most of the encounters we come across now, if not the very first time if we're shocked or surprised by the encounter, but certainly the second time round. Go to the People's Hideout. We have a quest there, it seems. Alrighty, here we are. Where is my quest marker? There it is. Just before we do that, can we shop here for cleric stuff? Yes, so Holy Symbol Cape. We need one of those for Bjorn. Also, while we're here, what else have you got? Potion of Comprehend Languages. We don't need those because we've got our own language comprehension. Pendant of the Healer. Cast heal once per dawn. Requires attunement. There must be one of these stones that we can craft our own one of these with. Also, now that I think about it, apart from all of these extra weapons that we've literally just grabbed, we must have several magic items that we're just never going to use. Like a quiver of endless arrows, I do not need. Although maybe we should be looking at doing this when we have an even better rebate price, but I'm sure there must be something. I think there was something that was like, oh, that's worth heaps of money and we're not going to use it. It might have been that dagger we got recently that we then swapped out for a longsword on our reload. A +1 shield we're just not using right now. But if I can't think of what the specific thing was. Oh, a ring of dark vision. Yeet that. Cannot sell your personal spellbook. Well, I'm glad. I didn't mean to. Alright, and then do you have anything I really want? What does the heal spell do? You're not going to tell me, are you? No. What was the stone we need to make our own one of those? It's... Did I learn the recipe previously and I've not reread the book for that recipe? Spear of Doom, we'll read that one. Potion of Greater Healing, we know. I should really sell off these. There's Pendant of the Healer, a Life Stone. I should read all the ones that I'm capable of reading and then sell off the ones I don't know. What's that? Sell off the ones I already know, rather, would be the way that sentence should go. You got any recipes over here? Give that to Golrick. Any recipes over here? Give that to Golrick. And last but not least, no. So, it was a Stone of Life or something? We have a Life Stone. Alright then, we must have found it very recently then. Perhaps in the hall. In that case, hey Jaina, would you like to make a Pendant of the Healer so that we can cast Heal once per dawn? I don't know what we're going to get rid of for attuned items. Oh, a Ring of Cold Resistance. Absolutely. Although it's a pendant, so we might need to wear it around our neck. You equip that. Still, it's something we're probably going to want. Especially if it means that a non... What is this? Consumable. Cast Chain Lightning. 1 rough blue diamond. I don't even know what the spell Chain Lightning does. I know, like, Lightning Bolt, but I don't know Chain Lightning. And what do you do? Your crafting speed is increased as long as you are wearing this parafat and are attuned to it. Proficiency with the Malakana Rosary. Right, we'll get going on this. 75 hours of study. Talk back here, reorder that, and then sell all of these recipes that we already know. So this, and that. And we just have so many spell scrolls that I should either divvy out to the correct people or put into my spell book. But who has time for all of that? Let's see what Rose has for us.
Here you are. Any problems entering the city?
As you said, the guards aren't that bright.
They don't even patrol the temple.
Good. I have something to confess.
What?
I'm not the leader of the people in the city.
Rose?
Leader is a big word for me. Let's say I don't have much else to do but help my friends. No offense, but does it matter?
Not really.
But Rose has found some important information.
We're all ears.
Yes, we are.
Rematch has a secret place, hidden deep in the jungle. He used to go there every week using some kind of magical gate, but not anymore. We know that some of his opponents have been taken there, as well as slaves from outside the valley. We could have been among them.
You?
Escaped slaves, yes.
I believe something happened in that secret complex. Maybe a slave uprising. Whatever's going on, it's still guarded from the outside. If you agree to go, I can give you a map. Free our people. That's all we ask.
Freeing slaves? You don't even have to ask. Give us the map. We're in.
Many thanks, friends.
But he sounds almost excited at the prospect. Like, yeah, all for the freeing of slaves. But, like, to go on a deadly mission to do it is a whole thing. Right. Prisoners reach the secret complex. Ugly Truth reached the secret complex. The Renewal reached the complex. So, unless we're going to go and just claim an outpost, which seems fairly dull, it seems like we're headed to the outpost, headed to the complex to do a whole bunch of stuff. Now, the mask, faction the mask, Catherine wants you to clear the bandits from the outpost and raise a new flag there. If it is just regular bandits and not bandits of people that we're in good with, then might be worthwhile doing that just so that we can have more friends going into the end game. But I have no idea if that's important or not. Otherwise, I still don't know what... Where are we? Fairview is for. We've never got through these locked doors. Which is interesting. And there's a couple of guards out here. We could always go and murder them for our own amusement. But I think... Oh, man, we're so close to level 10 already. We're speeding through these levels, man. Well, in that case, maybe we will go and do the smaller quest before going towards the bigger quest, just in case we might have a chance to level up. But for right now, that is going to be everything. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you enjoyed this series, please do consider subscribing or hitting that like button. If you have any questions or comments, you can put those down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.